want to turn on the heater, but it's loud. Hello everyone and welcome to Stitch Trek, a show where we talk about Star Trek costumes, which ones to buy, how to make them. And today I have a quick little review of something that kept coming up on my recommended in Amazon over and over to the point that I gave in and bought it. So I'm going to tell you all about it. However, before that, I'd like to give you a little rundown of things I did this summer that are Star Trek themed. These are all kind of camping adjacent. My now fiance and I go camping a lot. And one thing we like to do when it rains is hit up the antique stores. Not only because, frankly, I just like old things, but you never know what Star Trek items you might come across. And oh my goodness, I feel like I hit a jackpot when I went to the Berkshire Emporium in North Adams, Massachusetts. There are more of these there. I don't know if they're still there because this was a few months ago, but there were quite a few that I left behind. As you know, behind my sewing machines, I have the autograph and picture of Patrick Stewart and Leonard Nimoy and William Shatner, and upstairs I have my photograph with a bunch of people next to my editing desk, and I have another autograph from Leonard Nimoy, but I had nothing from him. I had nothing from her. I had nothing from her, and I'm just giddy was what happened to me when I saw these on the shelf. Yeah, I might go back. Maybe not right now. Maybe I should pay my bills first and then I'll go back. I was also recently over in Brattleboro, Vermont, and a place called Twice Upon a Time. In one of their alcoves, they had a whole bunch of Starship models up, and I had already decided I wanted a very specific glass piece, and I didn't end up getting models. But I'm the type of collector that I don't really collect a lot of larger spacecraft models. I have like a few little Christmas ornaments, but the models just take up so much room. So that's not what I gravitate toward. I gravitate toward costumes and props. But if anyone wants to get over there, if you're in the region, make a trip of it. It's a good place to start. Another thing we did, and I'll put pictures up as I talk about it, we went to the Star Trek set tour in Ticonderoga, New York. Ticonderoga is kind of at the tip of Lake George and the bottom of Lake Champlain. There's a little spot where they kind of like almost overlap. And this place is phenomenal. I know I've talked about this before way back, but we went twice. We had 2 rainy days when we were, we were up there camping just over the border in Vermont, and we had a rainy day and we drove over Crown Point and went down to Ticonderoga and went on the set tour. And then later on in September, we went to the Adirondack Nationals Hot Rod Show, which, if you like some cars, if you're a car person, if you like hot rods and really interestingly modified or rat rods, things like that, this show is huge. It's huge. The entire downtown turns into a car show. It's actually on the grounds of Fort William Henry, which is a rebuilt French and Indian War fort and chef's kiss. But that is not very far from Ticonderoga. So our last day there, we were there for 2.5 days, we drove up and went to the set again because my cousin Deanna had never been. And during this visit, I bought a script autographed by David Gerald, who wrote More Troubles, More Tribbles for the Star Trek animated series. And he goes there kind of frequently. So there are a bunch of things that he's written for sale, a bunch of different scripts, but I love the animated series so much, so I purchased this one. Just very interesting stuff that you can't find anywhere else is for the sale there. If you've never been, a quick little description. Amongst things for sale, it's got a whole bunch of screen used costumes and props on display. I will put up pictures. I am like, this is I just love that, like, certain costumes that I will be making soon for this show, I can see like close up. These are the screen used versions. I can get detailed pictures, you know, the props, they have the loot, I don't know what to call it. It's just a wealth of knowledge before you even get into the tour itself. And then once you're in the tour, it's like being on the Enterprise. I've never been anywhere that's so fully immersive like that. They have some things in the works a while back, and they expected this, what was it, 2022? 2023? I don't remember which. One of those years. They were given the okay to build a replica. This is the original series that they have now. They were given the okay to build a replica of the next gen Enterprise set. They're still looking for a location because they need another large building like this one that they have the original series set built in, which used to be a supermarket. It's got ample space, but they don't have enough room in that already existing building to add this second set to. So they're trying to find someone somewhere in the general vicinity to build this next set. So I'm on pins and needles waiting for that to happen. And recently they were gifted or purchased, I feel like given, I'm not sure, the screen used Galileo from the original series, and they're just looking to build a nook to put that into in their set tour for the original series. So they have things in the works. In a few years, hopefully, these will be things that we can all experience, and obviously I will be back with more information about those once they happen. But that was my summer, a very Star Trek focused summer, other than the chicken fiasco, which I talked about last video, which took a lot of my emotional bandwidth from me. But what we are really here to talk about today is a certain item that's been coming through my recommended items on Amazon, and I finally purchased it. You may have seen this too, especially if you like go to the Star Trek convention in Vegas and use the pool, or if you go on the cruise and obviously you go swimming. Maybe you've looked up Star Trek towels to bring. Hotels and the cruise provide towels for the pool, but maybe you want to stay on brand and bring one that is Star Trek themed. A few cruises ago, we were given Star Trek themed towels. Oh, hello, furnace. And we were given this. Now, it's very nice. It's got a map. Whoop. It's got a map of where we went. Very cute. Okay. You know. It's microfiber though, and this is why I'm like reacting this way. It doesn't feel nice to touch. Not at all. It's, you know, microfiber, it somehow finds every little dry spot of skin on your hands and clings. It's fine. Like, it's great. I was glad to get it. I'm glad to have it. I bring it camping with me because it doesn't stain because it is synthetic. Synthetic does not stain. You know how synthetic fibers don't really absorb dye. So when you get this dirty, it really does wash clean very nicely, but it doesn't feel nice. You know, it doesn't feel nice. And I wanted something else to bring that was something that I could wrap myself in and feel nice and cozy, I guess. You know, when you're cold to get out of the water and you want to feel cozy, and this doesn't like offer you that feeling. So I ordered this. I got it. There's no way you haven't seen this, right? Like, for real. If you've ever looked up Star Trek beach accessories, Star Trek towels, you know you've seen this towel, right? It is the Mirror Spock towel. And I will be honest, when I first took it out of the package, I was slightly terrified because it felt like microfiber. I kind of thought that I'd read cotton, but I kind of thought that I'd got scammed. And it's not like the cheapest towel in the world. You know, you splurge because it is Star Trek. But it's like, it was too soft. It's really, really soft. It's really soft. But 2 go rounds through the washer dryer, and now it's perfect. It is so fluffy. It's so soft, but it doesn't cling to the dry spots on your hands. I've taken it swimming, and it's definitely like that nice soft wrap up when you're a little chilly from the water. It's adorable. It's adorable. My one complaint is that the weave in the back, the pile, it did come with a lot of these little snags that I've not yet trimmed off so I could show you. Not a big deal. Like, a few untrimmed threads are never a deal breaker for me. There are also a few around the hem, on the edges. Like, this corner could have been cleaner. I'm just gonna trim it off, like, not a big deal. So this one that I've seen all over, or at least recommended to me, yes, 100% do it if you want it. Absolutely recommend. Very soft, very cute. I've been recommended a bunch of Star Trek towels on places like Wish and AliExpress because they know me. They know that I buy a lot of Star Trek stuff from them, or used to when there was more on there. I feel like Wish actually doesn't have very much Star Trek stuff anymore. Things are changing. But I have not purchased those ones because I do sense that that is going to be microfiber, but I've never actually attempted it. So maybe I should try it just to compare, you know, which is better. Some of the designs, which you can tell are absolutely photoshopped, look very nice, look really cute, like this, and this, and this. Doesn't that look fun? I'm just afraid they're gonna show up and be super thin and microfiber, but maybe I will. Maybe I will do that. As we know in the world right now, receiving items from overseas can be a little weird. If I get slapped with a big old tariff, don't know how I'm gonna do that. Might just reject delivery, I guess. So that is my review of that, but would you like to see a small sneak peek of what I'm working on? Well, I do believe the next episode coming up for me to make costumes from is Mud's Women. And I could simply not decide which costume to make from Mud's Women. So, I've been collecting fabric for all of them. And I'm not sure which episode I'm going to do this for. There are obviously a bunch of episodes where making a costume doesn't make sense because there are just no new costumes introduced. And during those episodes, I plan to make a prop. And I came across this on the side of the road. I mean, look at it. It's perfect. It's not totally perfect. It's a little broken. But I can fix anything. So if you know anything about these chairs, this style of chair is what, as it say, this style of chair is what was used to make this on the TOS bridge. I think the original brand name of those actual chairs used on screen was Burke, with an E at the end. And they are a little different because the stand it's got 4 feet instead of this round disc. But this style, this shape is called a tulip chair. Some have arms, some don't. This one doesn't. This has been, I think, in continuous production since the early 1960s. It's very mid-century modern. Not the Burke chair specifically, I don't know if they still make that one. But this specific one that I found on the side of the road is not actually vintage. I think you can still buy it on Wayfair. I'm just really excited that I found it for free because, I mean, more money I don't have to spend. The stand being different doesn't really bug me. Maybe I'll like hide it with paint, you know, paint it to match the floor. Nobody would even know. I could probably make or alter this base, but I don't really care. All I care about is the top. Whee! To spin really nicely. So I am really excited to use this pretty darn close chair to recreate this chair. Yeah, so that's an upcoming project, and I feel like you're gonna see it kind of soon because I think there's an episode coming up where there is no costume to make. But that is what's been happening around here. I am very excited to share these things with you from the cold chill of my winter basement. I always have such a good time making these videos for you. I have a few more pieces of fabric coming in for the Month's Women one, and then I shall shortly begin that episode. So I hope to see you then, but until that time, live long and prosper, Kapla, and